Folks on MixLR, I see you. You're welcome. Thank you for joining me this evening. My friends on Facebook, my friends on YouTube, you are welcome. Thank you for being here this evening. Timo's Collection, I see you. Femi Ashaju, I see you. Thank you for being here this evening. Thank you for joining me this evening. My team, thank you for being here this evening. Thank you for joining me. Okay, do me a big favor, invite your friends and loved ones to join us live this evening. Hey, Taiwo Basharon, I see you. Even though your handle says different, but I know the name. You're welcome. Thank you for joining me this evening. Dr. Abino, I see you. You're welcome. Thank you for being here. Mujirade the Queen, I see you. Thank you for being here. Good evening, good evening, good evening. My friends on YouTube, on Facebook, you're welcome. Do me a favor. Why don't you share the link with a friend? Share the link with one or two persons and let them know PSHEX is live and we're going to have a good time as we discuss this evening. All right, Taiwo, it's good to see you. Good to have you here. Been a long time. Which part of the world are you now, Taiwo? Quickly put it in the comments. Where are you joining me from? Are you still in Lagos? Which part of the world are you now? Eric, I see you. Good evening. You're welcome. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. All right, for those of us who are on Instagram Live, do me a favor, tag your friends in the comments. Okay, Taiwo, you're still in Lagos. That's nice. We should see one of these days. Okay, send me a DM. Let's connect. Let's see again. It's been a long time. All right. The Eunice Samuel, I see you. You're welcome. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. All right. Let's see again. It's been a long time. Good. So, for those of us who were here last week, Wednesday, you remember we dealt with the first set of questions. The series is titled 20 questions on relationships. We had a good time last week. If you remember, it was interactive. You provided answers. I provided answers. We're going to do the same thing this evening. I need us to be fast fingers this evening. Whatever the platform you have joined from, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, MixLR, you can type in your response and I'm going to share it with everybody. I'm going to be reading out what you are writing and sharing with every other person. So regardless of the platform you have joined me on this evening for this broadcast, I will be able to read your comments, okay, to everybody. So regardless of Facebook, YouTube, MixLR or Instagram Live, just type in your comments, okay? But like I said, please share the link. Share the link. I'm going to move to question 1 speedily. So share the link with your friends and loved ones. And as soon as the questions come up, please send in your response. Of course, folks on YouTube and Facebook will be able to read the questions along with me. Okay. So just a moment. Let's make sure everything is okay. And then we are going to kick off Instagram. Please, if there is a fluctuation, please forgive me. I may need to switch networks in a moment so that we can have a better experience. Just give me a moment. I'm trying to make sure everything is okay. Okay. Oh boy. Oh boy. So sorry for this. So sorry for this. I don't know why. Okay. I think we're better now. Okay. Instagram folks, please confirm that you have my signal now. people on Instagram, please quickly confirm you have my signal and let's kick off right away. If you're on Instagram live, I've just put something in the comments. We can see you, we can hear you. Then I know that everything is okay and we can move on. People on Facebook and YouTube, thank you for being here. All right, let's start with question number 1. This is question number 1. So we did question number 1 to 10 last week. Okay, so essentially this is question number 11. But for this, for the purpose of today, let's just call it question 1 so that we can just go another set of question 1 to 10. Okay. So this is question number 1. Thank you very much, Olaudulaja, for that feedback. Thank you. Question number 1 says, I am new in my field, but the person who is showing me the ropes is more intimidating than encouraging. What should I do? Let me read it again. I am new in my field, but the person who is showing me the ropes is more intimidating than encouraging. What should I do? Okay, quickly, like I said, I want us to send in our responses quickly so that we can have, you know, a better, more people represented, different perspectives represented in the conversation. So this person says, I am new in my field, but the person who is showing me the ropes is more intimidating than encouraging. What should I do? Please quickly send in your response. Because we are still beginning, I will respond first, knowing fully well that you are typing, and the moment I'm done, I will read your responses and then we'll take it up from there. So what do I say to this person? I would say there's absolutely nothing wrong with the way you feel. Because you are new in the field, perhaps that's the reason why this person's confidence is coming across as intimidation. Okay, I'm going to ask you to relax. What we must all understand is people need us as much as we need them. Okay, if they didn't need you, they wouldn't have hired you. Okay, so you need to understand you are needed. Instead of getting carried away or intimidated by the fact that this person perhaps is, you know, domineering. Of course, the person knows a lot, the person has experience, the person has been there for a while, and the person may perhaps be slightly impatient with your maybe because you still don't know some stuff or you're not catching up. I think you should just focus on what you are there to learn. But I'll share this powerful principle with you. I learned this so many years ago from one of my mentors. He said, excellence is the antidote to discrimination. Okay, and that's what you have to believe. Nobody hates me. They just want me to produce results. So focus on what you are being taught and make sure you excel, okay, in learning and in producing results. Even if somebody is unsure, if somebody is questioning you, the moment you start producing results, you will notice that the person's attitude will change. Excellence is the antidote to intimidation. Okay, people don't discriminate against excellent people. So be excellent. Give yourself some time, relax, and everything will be all right. Okay, the Eunice Samuel said that he should focus on what he wants to achieve. Okay, focus on what you want to achieve. Okay, Ty Bash 2001. He said, or he says, have a one-on-one conversation, share your thought, and let him know you need his help. That's a fantastic idea. Okay, you know, a lot of times people are nicer to you when they know that you defer to them. Okay, so I like this advice. Okay, have a one-on-one with this person. Let the person know, I need your help and I'm willing to learn as much as possible from you, and everything is going to be all right. Wisdom Way Forward says, perhaps the person is insecure or impatient with your learning process. Take your eyes off him or her and get better at yourself. Results cancels insults. One of the things I love about the most, I love a lot about these sessions we're having together is how wisdom flows from different angles and we're all adding value to one another. From last week, I've been tempted to say maybe this should be the format going forward, okay, because I'm sharing knowledge and I'm learning a lot. I like this line, okay, from Wisdom. It says, results cancels insults. So produce results and nobody will discriminate against you. Okay, like I said, wherever you have joined us from, you can send in your comments and I'll be able to share it with everybody. So I'm monitoring YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram, and Mixlr as we share together. Let's take question number 2 right away. Question number 2 says, is it normal to still love someone for more than a year after both of you have gone your separate ways? Is it normal to still love someone for more than a year after both of you have gone your separate ways? This particular question, I really would be interested in somebody who wants to share from a personal standpoint. Is it possible for somebody to still have feelings or to still be in love with the other person, okay, after over a year of the relationship officially coming to an end? And if it is true, then what should the person do? Okay, I have a comment here, but I believe it's from an individual. Anyway, let me just read it out. It says, focus on learning and getting better. Your results will speak for you after a while. Okay, your results will speak for you after a while. Rhoda Michael says, work towards producing excellent results. He will come around. Of course, these are still responses to the first question. So we've moved to the second question now. It says, is it normal to still love someone for more than a year after both of you have gone your separate ways? Anybody with a personal experience, please share with us this evening. Is it normal to still love somebody after a year that both of you have gone your separate ways? I guess we can say it is possible. Okay, I guess we can say it is possible because you see, love is a feeling and then love is a choice. So this is what I have found out, that even when nothing is wrong with the choice, the feelings can come and go. And so it's also possible that after a choice against the relationship is made, for the feeling to still linger for a while. What would I advise this person to do? We all don't always do what we feel like doing, especially now that the person is not available. I think the best is for you to take your minds off the person and move on with your life. That you are feeling that way does not mean you need to do something about it. Okay, I've not been there before, but what I can liken to it is that we sometimes have desires for things that we cannot have. I mean, for example, I'm sitting here right now that I want, for example, let me give an example. Oh, I want a brand new 2022 Mercedes-Benz, whatever model. See, if I can't afford it right now, I may have the desire, but because I can't afford it or it's not the next thing for me to do with finances, I'm just going to take my mind off it. But usually when it comes to relationships, a lot of times we allow our feelings to rule us. We allow our feelings to direct us. But you have to, at this point, ignore your feelings. Let me give you another example. Imagine if you are the person that broke the relationship. You are the person that knows that that person is not good enough for me. And so you walked away from the relationship. That you have feelings for the person does not mean anything. You've made a choice. Or better still, if you're in a relationship with a person, you have made a promise to somebody, you have committed yourself to somebody, and then you meet somebody else and you find out that you are attracted to that person. That's still feelings, but you are not going to make a decision based on that feeling because you have made a binding decision before that. Also, let me read some of the responses we have here. This is an expression of your personality and the way you perceive life. Don't let your decision rob you of your self-esteem or your self-respect. Okay, thank you, Taiwo, for that. Aurelua Nathaniel says, it is entirely possible to love someone after leaving them. But the point is, you probably need to move on from past affection. Thank you very much. Shola Odulaja says, it's normal to still love after the breakup, especially if you were not the one that caused the breakup. But stay focused on the decision made. When the right person comes, it will fade away. This is beautiful. I like the perspective Shola is giving us here. When another person comes, when the right person comes, it will fade away. Does that not encourage me to get into a rebound relationship, seeing that if I get into another relationship, it will let whatever I'm feeling for this old person fade away. But I get you, correctly. New things definitely, take our focus away from old things. All right, and so that happens. But just in case the right person has not come along, just in case a new person has not come along, I would encourage you to take your eyes off the old, Perhaps, let me use the word, distract yourself with new things, with fresh activities and ideas. Let yourself know, remind yourself that ship has sailed, Even if you were not the one that broke the relationship, if it was the other person that broke the relationship, remind yourself, anybody that could hurt me like that will hurt me again. So obviously, this person is not good for me. And what if it was because of something you did bad? Then tell yourself, I have paid the price to learn this valuable lesson. The cost of the lesson I have learned is this relationship I have lost. Next time when I get another opportunity, I'm going to make sure I don't make this kind of mistake again. So you move on knowing fully well that you have benefited, you have learned a lesson, you have gained valuable insight and wisdom from what has happened to you. But like Shola said, when the right person comes, old feelings will fade away. I wish you all the best. I pray that the right person comes for you as quickly as possible. Let's move to question number 3. Thank you everybody for sharing your thoughts and ideas. We're having a good time already. Question number 3 says, how do you deal with a person who takes too long to get over an offense? Again, how do you deal with a person who takes too long to get over an offense? Have you been there before? Or are you that person who takes too long to get over an offense? What do you advise that the other party should do? Quickly. I always love to read from you. What do you do, or how do you deal with a person who takes too long to get over an offense? My suggestion will be, make sure that if you are the person that has offended this person, make sure that you are truly sorry. Make sure that you apologize properly. Make sure you put measures in place for such a thing not to happen anymore, and then move on with your life and give the person time to recover. One thing we must realize is that we all respond differently to hurts and offenses. Especially when what you have done, sometimes to you it's not an issue, but to this other person it's really, really painful. We cannot afford to rush people's processes. So you let the person be, respect the person's space, respect the person's perspective. Sometimes some people add insult to injury. What do I mean? You have apologized, and now you are expecting the person to turn around and move on and act as if nothing happened, but the person has not gotten over the issue. You need to allow the person time. You need to allow the person space. Let me say this. Most people that know me, if you're really close to me, you know that one of the words I don't like hearing is the word sorry. And the reason is because I found out that people use the word sorry, like a get out of jail free card. So the moment they say sorry, they expect you to forget about what happened and act as if nothing happened. A lot of times they are saying sorry right immediately after cursing pain. But what you need to understand is something, especially if it's repeated, if it's something, the other person has done over and over and over again. Let me give an example. So imagine you are an employer of labor and you have this employee that comes late to work over and over again. You have cajoled, you have encouraged, you have instructed, you have threatened, and the person still keeps coming late. Now, this particular morning, the person was supposed to arrive at 9 o'clock, for example. The person is coming in at 9:30 and is telling you, oh, sorry, I got into traffic. And then you say, and you're just probably trying to move on. But it's painful. There was something that was supposed to be done that has not been done. And right there, and they say, I'm sorry. No, you are not sorry. You can't be sorry in 2 seconds. No, you've had, see, a lot of times the offender has had enough time to go over the issue, to deal with whatever the emotions and all that. You need to allow the other person, okay, to get over it. Give people time to grieve. Maybe that's what I'm trying to say. Give people time to grieve. That you have apologized is not enough. You have to allow the person to get over it in their own time. Ore says, okay, so I understand this question in a funny way. For you to know it takes too long for someone to forget or forgive an offense, you might have offended the person one too many times. Okay, so probably I want to believe you continue. You want to continue? Okay, I will read your comments as we go on. Okay, Taiwo says healing process and time is different for everyone. Make sure your part is done with humility and love. When next you speak with the person, don't initiate the topic that caused the initial issue. Thank you very, very much for that. Mayo Babatunde, good evening, welcome. Mayo Babatunde says, sometimes it's the way the apology is offered. Ask how you would love me to apologize when I offend you. You can read the book, Five Languages of Apology. Also avoid unnecessary conflicts. Thank you very much for this. Ore continues, he says, you need to check yourself to know exactly what you're doing to offend the person and stop doing it. Once you have stopped that, you would see that the person will eventually let it go. Thank you very much. Like I said last week, we have so many smart people, okay, on this broadcast, and I just love it reading from everybody as we all contribute. Thank you very much. So let's take the next question. If any comments come in the course of that, I will continue to read our comments. Let's take, I think this is question number 4 now. Yes, question number 4 now. This is important. Okay, Ore says you need to discipline yourself not to offend one so many times. Okay, this next question is very, very important. Guys, I want you to read slowly. I want you to pay attention. Ladies, I want to get your perspective on this question. This person says, we live outside the country. My husband loves me, but he doesn't help at home. He takes care of us, gives us all the money we need, but he is so work-driven and he doesn't help me with the children or with anything at home. What can I do? For the benefit of those on MixLR and on Instagram, let me read it again. We live outside the country. My husband loves me, but he doesn't help at home. He takes care of us, gives us all the money we need, but he is so work-driven and he doesn't help me with the children or with anything at home. What can I do? Okay, let's help this person. Responding to the previous question, Wisdom says, I recommend Pastor Adenrele Oke's message on Eat That Frog. She said a lot about the art of apologies. Okay, so please get that message. And Pastor Adenrele just joined us, I think. So welcome here, Ma. Somebody just recommended your message. I'm not sure if the message is titled Eat That Frog, but he said in that message you shared a lot about the art of apologies. Okay, I'm sure that we will get more responses as time goes on. Good. So Shaya says, get a nanny and a housekeeper. Thank you for that response. I want to believe, like the person said, we live outside the country, and I know quite a number of people, nannies and housekeepers and all of that are probably not as available, okay, to them as we have around us here in Lagos, Nigeria. But because this is coming from a lady, thank you very much. If a guy has sent in this response, you would have gotten into hot water. But thank you because it's coming from a lady. She says, get a nanny and a housekeeper. For the benefit of those who are just joining, let me read the question again. We live outside the country. My husband loves me, but he doesn't help at home. He takes care of us, gives us all the money we need, but he is work-driven and he doesn't help with the children or with anything at home. What can I do? Good. So Pastor Adenrele says a message that was recommended is titled, let me scroll down to see it again. It's titled The Fight Never Stops. Okay, it's The Fight Never Stops. If you go to hillcityng.org/store, you can download that message. the fight never stops. In that message, all right, Pastor Derele talked about the art of apology, different ways, okay, that we apologize based on our personalities. So you may want to get more information. All right. Taiwo says, show you care about your partner's work and be true to it. And with time, you will get the same. RS says, first, have you spoken to him about it? And if you have, what was his reaction? From his reaction, if he said he wasn't interested, then you all might need couples or family therapy. Okay, Shaya says, I know it may sound simple, but has she ever had a conversation about it or asked for help? Okay, I mean, honestly speaking, right now, I wish this was a live session and we were all sitting in the room and having this discussion, because there are two major things I'm seeing here. On one side, I can see entitlement, and on the other side, I can see a man who feels, look, I am taking responsibility. If you pay attention to what she said, let me post it again for those who can see the question. She says, he takes care of us, gives us all the money we need, but he is so work driven and he doesn't help me with the children or with anything at home. You see, men like this, he feels that's my contribution. He feels I'm working so hard to provide for you. And his evidence is, look, I'm making money available. I am taking care of you. That is my part. So when he sees his wife laboring with things, to do in the house, he feels like, oh, that is your part to play. Okay, I'm still holding to my opinion. Let me read responses here. Okay. Amore says, but if he's really just oblivious and believe you could handle it enough, you could convince him to help. Mayawa says, have a conversation with him. Start by appreciating him for what he's been doing. Then let him know what more you want him to do and how much it means to you. Okay, since you said he loves you, he will be willing to make some adjustments. Now, the reason why I like the conversation we're having here, because I am trying to advocate for both of them and to help us to see from each person's perspective. Now, this is what I want us to see. For some ladies, especially a lady whose love language is acts of service. A husband helping in the home is not because she cannot do everything by herself, but doing something for her is one of the ways she feels loved. That's what communicates love to her. So to such a lady, that a man is providing and the man is making money available means the man is responsible but not loving, because she understands love through acts of service. I want us to see that perspective. Okay, it's not just because the work is overwhelming, but look, if my language of love is acts of service, if my husband is not doing anything to help me, then he does not love me. So guys, I want you, if you are the guy in this situation, put yourself in this guy's situation. Exactly what are you going to do differently? How do you proceed from here? Okay, let me see if we have any other comments. Okay. Please keep the comments coming in. Keep it coming in. Thank you very much. If you are in this situation, what will you do? For the sake of time, let me chime in, give a bit of my perspective. So like everybody has advised, I think first the lady should have a conversation with the guy. Let him know how you feel. And let him know it's not because you cannot do everything by yourself. As a matter of fact, ladies at times, especially on the home front, they are doing so many things and they are hoping their spouse will notice so that they can offer a helping hand. Interestingly, when you do it without their asking, it's more fulfilling than when you do it because they have asked. The only thing with men is, especially this guy that you say is work driven, the tendency is for him to give all his energy at work. So when he is coming home, he's so tired, he's looking forward to rest. So you need to have a conversation. A lot of times when men are tired, they can come across as insensitive. They don't pick signals because they are physically tired, they are overwhelmed. So have a simple conversation with this guy. Don't talk about workload, talk about love. Let him understand one of the ways that you show that you love me is by helping me. Okay? I enjoy it when you lend a hand, help me with the children, do one or two things around the house. Let me flip it. Let's assume this guy is so busy, he's so exhausted at work and traffic and all that, and he cannot lend a hand. Then go out of your way, like Shaya advised. It's not enough to now get domestic help or get help one way or the other. You now go out of your way, get her the help she needs and pay for it, and let her know that person is helping me to do for you what I cannot do for you because I am so busy with work. But when you are available, be available. Do one or two things. A lot of times, it's the thoughts that count, the gestures that count, okay, not so much of the volume of what you do. Okay, that's my opinion on the matter. Shola says, I can relate quite well because of recent, I have gotten busier with work. But what you do, but what you do is to be in the moment. Okay, I add my little when I am free to do so. So it becomes clear that if I had more time, okay, I will do more. I believe that's the ending of that part. Okay, and that's beautiful. That's beautiful. I heard that say something along this line from Bishop Jakes when he said, look, when you are so busy like that, it's no longer about quantity of time. See, but the quality of the time. When you are present, be present. Okay, so if this guy comes back and he has only 30 minutes, the little you can do in that time, let it be obvious that if you had more time, if you had more energy, you will do more. Okay, empathize, let her know you care. And I believe that will help in such a situation like this. When new comments come in, I would continue to read them, but let's move on to question number 5. Question number 5 this evening says, now this is interesting. What if she doesn't want sex before marriage and it's not for spiritual reasons? Please note, I find that to be a 10 over 10. So I am very attracted to her. I mean, for those of us who are people of faith, it looks like the question is not, it's a no-brainer, but it's my duty to still throw it open out there. What if she doesn't want sex before marriage and it is not for spiritual reasons? Okay, he said, but please note, I find that to be a 10 over 10. So I'm very attracted to her. What advice would you give this guy? Quickly, I will say that if the person is a person of faith, I expect, yes, you want to honor God by delaying sex till you get married. If the person is not a person of faith and has whatever reason to abstain from sex, people, it's not just for a religious or spiritual reason, it's a choice they've made. I don't want to have sex till I get married. I believe, take it like any other decision the person has made. Honor that decision. If you truly find the person a 10 over 10, then honor that decision, okay, till you get married. You definitely are going to be the one that benefits from it. If she keeps her word till you guys get married, then you need to understand what you have done is you are building your relationship on a foundation of trust. You know that you are dealing with somebody who can keep her word. Okay, you know you are dealing with somebody who is intentional. You are dealing with somebody who is disciplined. You are dealing with somebody who has values. And if her values are not your values and she's still interested in you, I will advise that you start adopting her values so that she can consider you valuable. Okay, it's very, very important. So it's not just about sex before marriage. Whatever a person holds there or says is important to her, make sure that you value what the person values. That is a sign of respect. And like I said, you are building your relationship on a foundation of trust. I'm moving on because of time, because I want us to make sure we cover everything we have for this evening. So the next question is question, I believe, 6. Yes, question number 6 says, what must I do daily to become an effective leader and teacher? So I want to hear from Mayowa Babatunde on this one. Okay, I want to hear from Wisdom on this one. I want to hear from Ori on this one. These are the fellow motivational speakers that have been sharing thoughts and ideas with me on this platform. So Yeah, so Mayowa says, please, bro, it's worth the wait. Please respect our decision as long as it's not predicated on medical issues. Thank you very much for that perspective. Okay, so let's quickly deal with question number 6. What must I do to become an effective leader and teacher? Okay, what must I do to become an effective leader and teacher? I want as many people as possible to contribute. What I'm going to say simply is that you continue to develop yourself. Continue to develop yourself. You cannot give what you don't have. You cannot teach what you don't know. You cannot help anybody to become what you have not become. So I tell people this all the time. 80% of effective leadership is personal development. Continue to develop yourself. What must you do daily? Learn daily. Okay? Learn daily. Put yourself on what I call a personal development plan. Okay? Don't forget, it's not a plan if it's not thought through. It's not a plan if it's not documented. It's not a plan if it's not executed. So come up with a plan. What exactly are you going to do to learn on a daily basis? I give you a few of my own personal examples. I listen to teachings and watch videos every day. Okay, every day. We're talking about what you do daily. Learn daily. Okay, the question is, how do you do that? Okay, I listen to teachings every day. When I'm in traffic, when I'm driving, something is playing. Okay, a podcast, a YouTube video, but I'm always learning every day, right? Mayowa Babatunde, well, you say SpeechX is cracking me up, but then you've been offering some nice ideas on this platform. Okay, so you say consume knowledge. You can't give what you don't have. Thank you very much. Ora says, to become a more effective leader and teacher, you need to learn and unlearn every single day. The Eunice Samuel says, be humble and willing to learn. Okay, thank you very much for your contribution. Be humble and willing to learn. Wisdom, we've not heard from you in a while. Talk to us. Talk to us. Okay, let's move on to next question. Next question is question number 7. It says, I am a 35-year-old lady. How do I find love? I feel time is no longer on my side and it's beginning to get to me. Pastor Derele, I want to hear you on this one. Okay, I want ladies to please respond to this one, and I want practical ideas. Practical ideas. I'll read the question again. I am a 35-year-old lady. How do I find love? I feel time is no longer on my side and it's beginning to get to me. Okay, Taiwo, responding to the last question, says, have a growth mindset. Listen more and be willing to apply all you have learned. That's very, very important. Okay, as we are responding to this next question, maybe I should add something to that thought. And it is, it's not just enough to learn. Take responsibility for positive change. One of the ways you can easily practice the things you have learned, you are learning, is to take responsibility. Okay, have a group of people that you are responsible for. You are responsible for. Thank you. Have a group of people that you are responsible for. Embrace leadership responsibility. The way I ask people to do it is volunteer. When you are in a team or you're in a group and something has to be done, take responsibility. They need somebody to, do something. Volunteer to do it. Okay. When you take responsibility for positive change, you get to apply the things that you are learning. Okay. So wisdom says, readers are leaders. Okay. Genuinely love people. Improve yourself. All right. Mayowa Babatunde says, if opportunity for leadership shows up, if opportunity shows up for leadership, take it. Knowledge is gained when practiced. Can you see what I'm saying? Some robust, some fantastic thoughts just flowing out of all these motivational speakers on our platform tonight. If opportunity shows up for leadership, take it. Knowledge is gained when practiced. I'm going to copy some of these things. Knowledge is gained when practiced. Okay, quickly, please, let's respond to this lady. I am a 35-year-old lady. How do I find love? I feel time is no longer on my side and it's beginning to get to me. Okay, I'm still getting response on the old question. Or it says, when you show that you care, people are willing to follow. Okay, enough of that question. Let's move to this next one. I'm a 35-year-old lady. How do I find love? I feel like time is going, okay, and it's beginning to get to me. Time is no longer on my side, okay, and it's beginning to get to me. What do you say to this person? I will say, when you say time is no longer on your side, I know you mean your biological clock is ticking. But I will say that it is never too late to find real love. So don't allow the fact that yes, there's a certain age you will get to and you may not be able to have children, or it will become more difficult to have children. Don't consider that as the reason to go into the wrong relationship, okay? It is never too late to find love. I'll be back. Let me read some of the comments we have here. Femi Ashaju says, be yourself. Enjoy your life. Focus on developing yourself. Love will come. Ambila Jaja says, the question is, why do you want to get married? Be yourself and be open-minded. Okay? Mayowa Babatunde says, first, don't find love. It can be taken for desperation, which opens you up to be preyed upon. Okay? All of those thoughts are beautiful, right? So please don't be desperate. Like I said, the time that is going is the biological clock, okay? But you need to understand there are different approaches to life. Our journeys are different. The reason why some of us get under pressure is because we expect our life to unfold in a particular way. There's like a general mold, you know. You go to school, you graduate, then you get to a relationship, and then you get married, and then you get pregnant, and then you get children, and then you buy land and build your own house, and you buy cars. You know, there's just like a progression that the society expects. But this is what I found out. The beauty of life is in the journey, not in the destinations. Okay, so like Mayowa here says, be lovable, be a lovable person. Okay, that's the one that is in your control. Exactly. Be yourself. Enjoy your life. Make friends. Okay, make friends. Enjoy. The key word is enjoy your life. The beauty of life is not in the destination. The beauty of life is in the journey. If you are miserable single, you will be miserable married. If you are desperate to get married, you are likely to fall into the wrong hands. And like I keep telling people, if you don't have the time, if you don't take the time to do it right, you will have the time to do it over. That's the truth. A wedding is an event. Whether it has happened for you or it has not happened for you, be a great person. Have great relationships in your life. And one of these days, you will notice you have a friend you want to keep forever. That's the person that you get married to. Mayowa says, pray to God. He is ever mindful of you. Ifemide says, continue to find ways and avenue to add value to yourself and to others. She says, love will find you. Don't be in a hurry. Value-given lifestyle brings fulfillment, not marriage, nor money, in my opinion. And I agree with you. Okay? So that's our response to that lady. It's the biological clock that is ticking. And like I tell people, when medical science says that a person cannot have children, it's a miracle when such a person conceives. But then there's another type of miracle. When a fatherless or a motherless child, okay, is adopted by loving people, that is also a miracle. You see, when God gives somebody a child, we say it's a miracle. But it's also a miracle when God gives a child loving parents. So you might not have biological children because of when you got married, but you can still be an excellent parent to a child, okay, that desperately desires love. Don't expect your life to just go in one particular way. You know, we tell ourselves that by this age I ought to. No. Okay, enjoy where you are, make the most of your life, and as your life unfolds, make the most of every moment. As your life unfolds, make the most of every moment. Wisdom says, to add to Femi Ashaju, expose yourself to different community of healthy relationships. Pray and allow God to lead you. Don't be shy to enter his DM too. That's fantastic. You are not desperate. You know what you want. If you can, go for it with style. Also, pray. I like that, okay? Culture says a woman must wait for a man to approach you, We're not saying be cheap. We're not saying be unnecessarily available. But if you see somebody that a lot of times guys are distracted, sometimes busy with work and all that, and he does not notice the jewel that is hanging around. Say hello, say hi. If you like somebody, don't wait for the person to come and say hello to you. You say hello to the person, broker a relationship with the person. If it's going to work, fine. If it's not going to work, fine. You have your own job, you have your own money, you can take care of yourself. You are not desperate. You just want healthy friends in your life. And flow with that, and I'm sure something beautiful will happen. Mayowa says, build wholesome friends too. They will help with the lonely feelings. Soon, love will find you. Official Kemi says, age is not, I guess, a determinant of finding love or getting married. Enjoy the moment, okay? Don't miss this moment, so that you don't miss this moment when you eventually marry, okay? The truth, that's the truth of the matter. Enjoy your life. That's the most important thing. Make friends. You know, at the end of the day, the person you get married to is also your friend. So if we let go of the societal expectations and the stigma, you will find out all you are looking for are great friends. So have friends, enjoy your life. This is what I found out. People that enjoy their lives actually come across as more attractive. When you are happy, when you are fun to be with, when you have somewhere to be, you are going somewhere, you're making progress in life, you are an attractive person, and people will come into your life, and that very person you're looking for will manifest. Okay, next question. This is question number 8. It says, the man I am usually attracted to, or rather the men I am usually attracted to, are way above my league. This is important. The ones that approach me are people I don't want to be with. How do I attract the kind of man I desire? Let me read that again. The men I am usually attracted to are way above my league. The ones that approach me are people I don't want to be with. How do I attract the kind of man I desire? Okay, quickly, fast fingers. Let's keep the responses coming in. To the previous question, Taiwo says, practice Matthew 6:33. Also give love, and you will be amazed what you will get in return. Thank you very much for that. Okay, so quickly, let's deal with question number 8. The men I'm usually attracted to are way above my league. The ones that approach me are people I don't want to be with. How do I attract the kind of man I desire? Okay, quickly, as your responses are coming in, I will say it's very simple. To attract the kind of man you desire, become the kind of woman he desires. It's very simple. Become the kind of woman he desires. So take your time, do your research. You see, these men that you are attracted to may not be asking you for a relationship right now, but they probably will not object to friendship, especially if you are just asking questions. So don't talk about how you feel about this person, but take the opportunity and the access you have to such people to find out, okay, the kind of person they are and what they desire the most or what they appreciate the most in ladies, and then continue to work on developing yourself. The only thing I'm going to say to you is, please, whatever happens, don't settle for less. Don't say, well, the guys I want are way above my league. The question is, you are selling yourself too short. What do you mean by way above your league? This is what I found out. That when a man desires a woman, and really it's not just men, in relationships, when somebody really likes you, they are willing to do whatever it takes for you to be as similar to them as possible. And this is what I'm trying to say. When a guy or a lady meets somebody he or she likes, if what's lacking in that person is something they have in abundance, they don't mind exchanging. They don't mind, furnishing you with what you lack so that you are more like them. That's the truth. It happens on the job all the time. An employer of labor sees, let's say there's this boss lives in Lekki, okay, he's comfortable, he's rich. There's this other guy lives on the other side of town, he's broke, he's always coming late to work, but he's dutiful, he produces results, he's excellent. This boss will not mind buying him a car so that he can come to work on time, because the moment he gets to work, okay, he's dutiful, he's producing results. So before you know it, he has a car. And then they notice the distance it travels from home to work is reducing his effectiveness and productivity at work. Before you know it, you hear things like, okay, so we want to give you housing allowance, okay, and then if you're close or the boss takes interest and you say, you know what, come and take, don't worry, I have one property somewhere. Well, rent is going for 5 million, but for you, take it for 2 million because I like you. What is it doing? It's reducing the gap. So when people truly like you, they reduce the gap. The question is, what do they want? Figure out what the people you desire want and give it to them, and you would notice they will reduce the gap. So please don't sell yourself short. Okay? Aureolua says, well, the way to get the attention of people in a league higher than yours is to solve a problem that plagues them. So self-development is major, and you need to be who he wants in his life. Thank you very much for that. Okay, if anybody is sending in the response, please do it quickly. Do it quickly. I like to keep this below 60 minutes, so we have just about 10 minutes to go. Okay, so that those who are going to watch later can cover it speedily. Wisdom says, above your league, build your self-esteem. Nobody is above your league. You are who you attract. That's important. Okay, in a sense, nobody is above your league. You are who you attract. And that's why I said, even when there is a gap, if you have what the person is looking for, they will close the gap. As long as you have what they are looking for, they will close the gap. Ambila says, remove the mindset of accepting a particular kind of man. Sometimes God wants a different kind of man for you that doesn't look like what you want. Okay, thank you for that contribution. Let's take the next question because of time. This is question number 9. What do you do when you no longer have feelings for the person you are in a relationship with? What do you do when you no longer have feelings for the person you are in a relationship with? I said a couple of minutes ago how that feelings come and feelings go. Love is not just feeling. Love is not just a feeling. Love is a choice. So when the feeling dissipates, you hold on to the choice. For those who have been in a relationship for a while, you know that the feeling goes and comes. So when the feeling goes, hold on to the choice. The feeling is going to come again. The feeling is going to come again. But if it is that you have come to the point where you found out that you made a mistake, okay, you made a mistake when you started the relationship. In other words, this is not just about feelings, but you have reasons to believe the two of you are not compatible, or you should not be together. Then you want to take the time, you want to be sensitive to exit the relationship very gently. Close the door very, very gently. But if it is just about feelings, feelings come, feelings go. All you need to do is ask married people, do you feel in love all the time? If they're going to tell you the truth, they will tell you, you don't feel in love all the time, because love is not just a feeling, love is a choice. Okay, so whether we are feeling tops or not, we stay committed, okay, to the choice. What you'll find out is over time, the feeling grows stronger, okay, but it ebbs and flows, right? The feeling is never there perpetually. Aurelia says, so there are cycles in relationships. So there is the place of passion and there is a place of commitment. Thank you very much. There is a place of passion and there is a place of commitment. I tell people this a lot of times. In the beginning of a relationship, there's what I call the moment of bliss. You are just excited. It's all feelings, it's all passion and emotions. But after that, that season will give way to another season where you need to review your commitment. As a matter of fact, your decision will be tested, your conviction will be tested. So you need to hold on to your conviction instead of your feelings. And like I said, the feelings will come again. Mayawa says, feelings are not effective metrics of a healthy relationship. Love is a decision, not a feeling. Thank you very much. Some of these comments just read like something you read in a book. Okay, thank you very much, guys, for your contribution this evening. Okay, let's keep them coming in. And this is question number 10, the final question for the day. In the final session for a while, I'm going to be off till September. I'm taking a break from Instagram Live till September. So let's tackle the last question as I sail off into my internet vacation. Question number 10. How can I make sure my potential husband can take care of us without looking materialistic? This is interesting. How can I make sure my potential husband can take care of us without looking materialistic? Thank you, Mayowa. I'll miss everybody too. Yes, kind of. But I think I need the break. But I'll be back in September. Okay, we're going to be talking mental fitness when I return in September. Mental fitness. Okay, but let's tackle this last question. How can I make sure that my potential husband can take care of us without looking materialistic? All right. Okay, I think answering the last question, Taiwo says, love is the eyes, okay, on the foundation of friendship. Choose to be friends. Thank you very much for that contribution. So quickly, everybody, what do you say to this lady? How can I make sure that my potential husband can take care of us without looking materialistic? What do you say to this person? Okay, I want to get your response before I give my perspective. It's very important. All right, everybody. Thank you very much for everybody who has shared tonight, everybody who has contributed to tonight's session. Thank you very, very much. All right, let's keep our response coming in to the last question. How can I make sure that my potential husband can take care of us without looking materialistic? I have a response, but I want to hold it till I get everybody's response so that I don't sway the conversation in a particular direction. I'm waiting. Ambila Jaja says, his actions will tell. His actions will tell. Okay, the question is, how can I make sure my potential husband can take care of us without looking materialistic? All right, everybody, come on. I'm waiting. We got 3 minutes to go. Please send in your response. I'm waiting. People on Mixlr, we've not heard from you this evening. Noida Mola, Hope Omojua, Glory Kent, Wavy Pilot. All right, send us a response quickly. Wisdom is the champion on Facebook this evening. Okay, we've not gotten a response from YouTube, I guess. Oh, sorry, I'm the one that has not scrolled very well. Okay. So sorry, YouTube. I missed some posts there, but I think I'm good. Thank you for being there. All right. Mayo Babatunde says, first, build yourself to be able to take care of yourself, just in case anything happens in the future. Thank you very much. Shaya says she should not focus too much on his ability to look after them, but what they can build together. Thank you very much. Ifemide says, what does he have in his hand? Does he have a vision written down, shared with you? Do you believe in it? Can you turn it into money and revenue in the future? These are questions. Okay, these questions came to mind. Or says I was stressed. I missed the question. The question is, how can I make sure my potential husband can take care of us without looking materialistic? How can I make sure my potential husband can take care of us without looking materialistic? The Eunice Samuel says, what is his vision and how clearly can he communicate it, taking you into consideration? Okay, let's keep the responses coming in, but because of time, let me share mine. Okay, Mayowa says, now, focus on a man's drive, not his bank balance. Is he a man that is success driven? That's where the answer is. Thank you very much. But that's why I said I didn't want to give my response, okay, so that I don't skew, our responses in another direction. But I have an issue with this question. The question says, how can I make sure my potential husband can take care of us? Who said that his purpose is to take care of us? What I saw in my Bible is this if it's not good for man to be alone, I will make a help suitable for him. So my challenge is, I think ladies ask the wrong question. This mindset that I need a man to come and take responsibility for me is erroneous. I think it's erroneous. Yes, a man must be responsible, but his purpose is not to come and carry your load. The question I expect is it dutiful? Is it success driven, like Mayowa said? Does he have somewhere he needs to be? Is this somebody that can make use of the help and bring into the table? That's the better question. Okay, I have contribution to make. I have something to contribute. But is he a good manager of resources who will make the most of all this, my bundle of talent? Not, I'm looking for a man to come and take care of us. You say, I don't want to look materialistic. No, you are already materialistic. You are already not just materialistic, you are needy. That's the problem. You are needy already. You are materialistic already. You are looking for a man to come solve your problem. It doesn't work that way. Glory Ken says she should build her own wealth. Don't you have your own dreams? I mean, that's a good question. Okay, don't you have your own dreams? You know, at the end of the day, you will attract who you are. So if you are success driven yourself, if you're a lady going somewhere, you will attract a person. You see, successful people or people who have something worthwhile they are doing with their lives, they are careful who they share their life with. So if you are building something with your life, you will not attract the kind of man who is going to come and squander your resources or who is not going to be responsible for his family. But it's important who you are is who you attract. Okay, Dedayo says, discuss about your own ideas and it will be vulnerable to discuss his own. Okay, then build together. Okay, Aureluwa says, vision is key. And in line with vision, is it a vision that accommodates your vision? And another part of the question is, why should he be the one taking care of us? And then the question will be, is his vision able to accommodate ours? Mayowa says, we should not go into a relationship to get, but to give. This is important, okay? Thank you very much, everybody, for your contribution. We should not go into a relationship to get, but to give, knowing fully well that whatever you give is going to come back in multiple folds. What the Bible says is, don't cast your pearls before swine. In other words, you're a person of value. You should look for somebody of value to partner with. Not, I am a needy person looking for somebody of substance to come and take care of me. When you are that kind of person, you will fall into the wrong relationship, because you will see a person that appears responsible or appears rich, and when something happens, and life always happens, you will not be positioned to even be able to help him. When a man is down, or when a man is in a difficult place and he does not have a wife who can offer help, offer advice, okay, then you see, you become a burden to him and not a blessing. Such relationships become tense, they become difficult to navigate. So you don't want to be in that kind of a situation. Be the kind of person that if anything happens to my man, okay, it's not the end of us. If anything happens to the guy, we will still survive because I am contributing something. I am bringing something to the table. I mean, not even in this current world where a single income might not be able to sustain the family anymore. Okay, so the man is supposed to be bringing in something. The woman is supposed to be bringing in something. If you have value you are bringing to the table, you will not find it difficult to recognize somebody who is responsible. If you are responsible yourself, if you're making money yourself, you will recognize the person making money. If you're a good manager of resources, you will recognize a good manager of resources. But so that I don't come across as insensitive to you, let me answer it in yet another way. When you want to know whether a person will be rich in the future or whether a person will handle money properly in the future, look at the person's attitude to money right now. Okay, any guy that is always broke now is likely to always be broke. Now listen to this. Being broke is not just a function of how much you have in your bank. It's about your attitude to money. So if his attitude to money is bring it, I spend it, bring it, I spend it, he will always spend and he will always lack. But if he's a good manager of resources, he may not have a lot, but he will have something conserved. So if he's always broke, he never has anything, conserved, it's a sign this person is not fantastic when it comes to managing money. Then secondly, whatever he's doing with money now, okay, is only a sign of how he's going to handle money in the future. A lot of times we enter into relationships hoping that things will change. No, in relationships, things hardly change, they multiply. In relationships, things hardly change, they multiply. If he gets angry easily at his siblings, if he's physical with his siblings, when he gets married to you, he will get physical with you. Another thing that's important is this: any man that is not generous with little will not be generous with much. So it does not matter how little he has. If he's not sharing with you now, he is likely not going to share with you in the future, or is likely not always to have. One thing I notice about people who have access to money, you see, there's something about having money that inspires you to be generous. People who have an abundance mindset, you see it in generosity. People who have a scarcity mindset, they hoard money. They don't give. They hold back. Okay? When you see those signs, you know this person's attitude to money is fixed, and it's likely not to change. It's likely going to multiply. On that note, we have come to the end of today's session. Thank you very much for being here with me. Folks on Facebook, okay, folks on YouTube, thank you for being here. Let me read some of the responses we have on YouTube. Josephine Alabi says, first, marriage is a we thing. How about you seeing it from the perspective of how can we both take care of each other and not whether it can take care of you? Thank you very much for that. Wisdom says, taking care of you is relative. If he does the basic things, loves and leads the home, appreciate that. Everything else is a plus. Meanwhile, look out for this in your relationship before saying yes. Okay, so thank you everybody for being part of this. Ifemide says, thank you for sharing, sir. All right, always appreciate your time. Thank you also for being here. It takes you being there and me being here for us to have a great time. So like I said before, I'm taking a break from now till the first Wednesday in September. When I return, we're going to be talking about mental health, mental fitness, and I'm going to be bringing in some guests, okay, to share thoughts and ideas with us on mental fitness. But in the next few weeks, I'm going to take a break, semblance of a break. But if you are in the city of Lagos, you can join me from this Sunday. I want to start teaching on prosperity. Okay, we talked about that just now. So we're going to be talking about money for a whole month at Hill City every Sunday morning at 9 a.m. Okay, what's God's perspective to you being wealthy? Okay, what are the secrets to becoming wealthy? What are the secrets of wealthy people? We're going to be talking about all of that every Sunday at Hill City throughout the month of August. The series is titled Prosperity Secrets. If you are not in Lagos, you want to join me online, okay, on Facebook, YouTube, Mixlr, and of course, Facebook and YouTube actually, and then on Mixlr every Sunday at 9 a.m. So thank you very, very much. Okay, Uni says, wow, this was loaded. Thank you very much. Thank you for being here. Mayo Babatunde, thank you very much. Okay, all right, thank you very much. Yeah, I'm going to miss our time together, but let's take a break and let's be back in September. Okay, so let's wrap it up there. And for those in the Lekki area of town, let me let you know Hill City is coming your way physically very soon. So be on the lookout for the announcement. Hill City Lekki is kicking off very soon. You can follow us on Instagram Live and get updates from time to time. But Hill City Lekki is kicking off, all right, very soon. So be on the lookout for that. Thank you very much, everybody. Wisdom on Facebook, thank you. Josephine on Facebook, thank you. For those on Mixlr, thank you. For the people I see here, Wavy Pilot, Glory Kent, Hope Omojua, Oyinda Mola, thank you for being there. And on YouTube, of course, Ellen Dalian, thank you for being there. Thank you, everybody. I will see you very, very, very soon. Taiwo Bashorun, thank you very much for being here. Like I said, send me a DM, send me your number. I'll give you a call. Let's hook up. Let's hang out. It's been a while. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your week. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'll see you again very, very soon. Till then, bye-bye.